Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Do Non's Radio. Place for now. This is your host, Alex Born, and y'all see who I got in the building. You understand what I'm saying? You see uh the kind of the discipline, the kind of resilience. Y'all know our brother chairman, uh Jabari Natur for over the years. Solvivaz Nation, Conscious says Barbershop, reality speaks, and he has put in 2 decades and a half in the trenches. You see what I'm saying? So he's provided us with some of the greatest minds in the world in regards to our experience and our story. So it becomes my honor and privilege at this time to present the others. Daddy Watoto, aka Cherry, Jabari Natur.
Peace, good brother. Appreciate you, brother Born, and everything you do with the Knowledge Radio, and appreciate what you've been doing for years, man. And man, I see it growing. I see it growing, and I see you going big places, man. So we really appreciate you, have me on here tonight.
And the mission is more important than the feeling. You know what I'm saying? Even though you gave me that rally cry, how the Africans feel. You
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I like I love that story you told you told a while back. When you was in the military. For those who don't know about that, can you tell it again? How I used to say how the Africans feel back in the day.
Oh man, yeah. I mean, we in the middle of Baghdad. We in the middle of Baghdad, and we would greet each other with that greeting. You see what I'm saying? Like how the Africans feel. The spirit is strong, definitely strong. So seeing that and remembering that experience, like calling me back to 25 years ago. Now, you see what I'm saying? So when I first heard, the younger version of you. You see what I'm saying? Out there doing the thing. You see what I'm saying? So it was an inspiration to. I was like, oh, and then I looked. I was like, oh, like that's the same dude right there. I was like, hey, he used to be on the joints talking about how the Africans feel. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Seeing you with our great heroes and sheroes. Some of them ancestors now. You see what I'm saying? And
Right.
that track, you know, um, relating that experience, that was the war cry. That was the battle cry. That's when it was serious. You might be looking around and be like, all right, because the DVDs and then the VHS turning into DVD and then DVD being online and you don't know who is what. I'm like, what is this? All right, let me click through. I'm looking for Bobby Steve Coakley and I see you. You see what I'm saying? I'm looking for Dr. Khaled and I see you. I see Dr. Welsing and I see you. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, all right, now I know this is going to be for real because you got some jackleg stuff, and it wasn't a lot of content producers and event people at the time, so it wasn't that many people out here like it is. Everybody and their mama think they're doing something nowadays. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So if it wasn't transatlantic, if it wasn't certain things, it wasn't going on. Because if it wasn't Queen Mother Burt, you know what I'm saying? Just
Right.
if it wasn't Baz or if it wasn't, some of these folks that was around that are staples, and folks don't even know their name to honor them anymore. You see what I'm saying? There was only a couple of people that was doing it. Um, your ground game was the truth, and it was the battle cry.
Right.
And we heard, hey, how the Africans feel. You know what I'm saying? You in the room with people and they kind of murmuring, the spirit is strong. They're like, nah, we need this real call and response. We need to know we dealing with African people. You see what I'm saying? So this
Right.
is a beautiful, opportunity to be able to hear that rally cry and to understand and know that someone is still in the trenches, for the minds and hearts and the future of African people and the sanctity of African family. So we here on the transition day of our Baba, the Asafa warrior ancestor, Dr. Amos Wilson. You see what I'm saying? So it was kind of like kismet, bringing these two together, bringing a force as strong as you and your organization and your family here with what Baba Wilson was giving us, that blueprint. You see what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, man, like I said, it's been beautiful, man. Like you said, with brother Amos Wilson, and giving honor to Amos Wilson. A lot of people read the Black Power the book Blueprint for Black Power. They call it the Bible for the conscious community. A lot of people say it's the Bible for the conscious community, you know what I mean? But a lot of people ain't living the Blueprint for Black Power. I'll be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? And we, you know what I mean, Brother Amos put a lot of work into making that plan, making that document that's beautiful, but we got to breathe life into that Blueprint for Black Power, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like people talk about it all the time. They quote the Blueprint for Black Power, but a lot of people ain't living it. And so we got to live the Blueprint for Black Power. We got to we got to make it come to life, because inside of that, it is a plan for a nation within a nation, or the Black nation. Like it's there. Everything, with every aspect, politics, culture, military, you know, like health, children, whichever way you want to go, it's in there. It's in that blueprint, and it's brilliant. It's a brilliant, awesome piece of work, and it's like, you know, I can never give enough respect for Brother Amos Wilson, Dr. Amos Wilson. We named the top of our shop, the top floor, we call it the Amos Wilson Room. That we have up there, paying respect to Dr. Amos Wilson. So he's one of, like, definitely one of my favorite people of all time. You know, Dr. Amos Wilson, he you know, for the most part, like a lot of other people, you know, he died with not a lot of money. You know what I mean? He worked himself to death, running around trying to study and research, and our people drove him crazy. It was hard for him to find a crew of people that he could build with, that he could, you know, that he could make this blueprint come alive. But, you know what I mean, the brother, he put his work in, and and we still here. You know what I mean? Like Brother Nipsey say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's a marathon. You know what I mean? So he did write the book, and so we gotta make it. We gotta breathe life into that joint. And you know what I mean? We quote it all the time, but let's quote it and show, like, yeah. In page 32, Dr. Amos Wilson said this what we doing right here. This is how we started this bank right here. This is how we started this credit union. You know what I mean? This is how we started this susu. You know what I'm saying? That's how we, you know. So that's how I gotta be, bro. You know, right. we gotta live that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I agree wholeheartedly. So can we take up?
I'm trying to find how do I share this link?
The YouTube link.
Yeah, that's so people can watch this.
Yeah.
Oh, this is YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I can't. Okay. Is it on Facebook?
Yeah, I inboxed you that link, that YouTube link that I sent you. You can share it out, you know, and tag some people in it.
Oh, okay. So that's for YouTube. Got you. I thought it's not on Facebook too.
Yeah, it's streaming. We're streaming to Facebook right now.
You got a Facebook
also? Link? Yeah, it's
If you can can you send it to me? I want to try to share it on my page.
Yeah. The YouTube, no.
Oh, you said just share the YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see.
So if you're thinking about 25 years ago, you got started, how much has changed, and like what were some of those lessons learned that you could take away from, you know, 25 years of community vanguarding?
You said what some of the lessons learned from
yeah.
Man, I learned, man, it's so many lessons that I learned, man. You know what I mean? I'm the person, go hard. I've been in the thick of this movement, you know what I'm saying, for 25 hard years. I've organized whatever, I mean, groups and groups of people, you know what I'm saying, the Solvivaz Nation, you know, Watoto from the Nile, many different efforts where I've been constantly bringing people together over and over again, you know what I mean? And one thing I learned, you know what I'm saying, you know, starting back in like 95, is when I actually came on the scene. It's a different breed out here today. Like the lecturers ain't the same no more. You know what I mean? Like, you know, a lot of folks are different now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the lecturers that I dealt with back in the day, they were different. They were more, I mean, there were beefs. They had beefs, but they didn't really come out and say them per se. There may have been some people that may say some things from time to time, but for the most part, it was like a together thing, man. If you ever hear Dr. Khalid Muhammad talk, honestly, you'll hear Dr. Khalid Muhammad always shouting out everybody. Dr. Khalid Muhammad be giving a lecture and be like, hey, look, give it up to one of the baddest black men to ever walk this planet Earth, Dr. Barashango, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, one of my big brother and brother James Smalls, sister Dr. Patricia Newton, you know what I'm saying? And you always heard him shouting out people and bigging people up and giving people love and all. You know what I mean? He was a tough guy, but Khalid had a lot of love at the same time. He always big people up back in the day. He was probably one of the hottest lecturers out during that time, but he always brought other people in. You see the lecturers now, a lot of them real selfish. A lot of them, you know what I'm saying? They talk about themselves the whole time. They ain't bigging up no other lecturers, but you know what I mean? It's about them. It's about them. It's about me. Me. You know what I'm saying? About what I'm doing. But when you can come out of that thing, you know what I'm saying? And what we need as a community, and it's like, look, this is what this brother is doing. This is what Brother Born is doing. Everybody got a place, man. You know what I'm saying? And everybody, you know, and you got to be able to respect that and know that you can't do everything yourself. You know, all of us got a place, all of us got a space, and yeah, man, that's what it is. But some of those lessons, man, I just learned, the conscious community, so-called conscious community, is so hard to build in that conscious community because there's so many. There's not one ideology, okay? You know what I mean? There's people who bang with Dr. Welsing, love Dr. Welsing. There's those people who love Dr. Amos Wilson. There's those people who love the red pill, the blue pill, you know what I'm saying? And there's so many different ideologies that you can't really hold people in one place, because you can get those people together and try to build and try to do something, but they have one thing wrong, two things wrong, and they stepping away. Like you can say, hey, look, man, we want to open up this store around the neighborhood. You know what I mean? And like, man, you don't listen to Dr. Sabi though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know what I mean? And because there's not unity, you know what I'm saying? Everybody is like, and we are God, you know what I'm saying? But everybody's like, you know what I'm saying, man, look, I don't follow nobody. I'm God. I'm this, I'm that, you know what I'm saying? And when you just have that selfishness, like, I don't follow nobody. I don't do this, I don't do that. It's hard to bring an ideology together to move forward in the community. So, you know what I mean? So you don't see a lot of conscious organizations coming together, having huge buildings and building. I mean, don't get me wrong, we got businesses. There's businesses around. There's things that's getting done. But on a very large level, we got way too many differences. I think that the conscious community talks unity, but lives total disunity, and that has to change. And I'm like I said, I know some examples around the country and different people that does some things, but it's supposed to be the conscious community, you know what I'm saying? And we gotta make some changes there, man. If we're gonna build, it gotta be some change. We got to get some land. We got to have programs that we bringing in effect. Man, we got the conscious community. It seems like, you know what I'm saying, like, they don't have a building, you know what I mean? The church has a church, you know what I'm saying? The Christians have a church, the mosque has the nation or whatever. They have the mosque, you know what I'm saying? We have a place that we go, and it seems like the conscious community is online. You know what I'm saying? Like online and on YouTube, you know what I mean? And, and talk all day long. People been building institutions for years now, you know what I'm saying? Haven't produced these ideas and these fantasies that they paint to the people, but they talk all day. We're going to build this. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And, and bro, I don't understand that kind of psychology, because, when we get into talking about the Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp, I started that with nothing, no money, nothing. You know what I mean? Just an idea. And, you know what I mean? Say, hey, you know what I mean? This is what I'm doing. Put it on Facebook. And, man, and it roll like that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? You got to start somewhere. Man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sometimes you can't come up, and I can't have a huge barbering school. I start with a barbering boot camp. And we've been changing lives. You know what I'm saying? We got people that's building careers out there. You know what I mean? That's able to take care of their family, food, clothing, and shelter. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I mean, we gotta make it happen, bro.
Realistic needs of the people. Day to day, realistic needs.
Yeah.
This where's the blood? Where's your blood at? Show me
Right.
the blood in your eye for your people. You see, what
That's
are you
right.
building? Point me to your program. Your program will show me your purpose. What's your purpose? Your
Yeah.
purpose got to be executed with your program. Like let's do this. You see what I'm saying? And really support.
Right.
Everybody ain't got a bankroll. What it cost you to share? What it
Right.
cost you to say, hey, spread the word. Hey, look at what this brother. As soon as I saw it, I was like, what can
Yeah,
I do? You
yeah,
understand? As soon as
yeah,
I saw it,
yeah,
because
yeah.
you're providing someone with a life skill
Mm-hmm.
that they get young.
Yeah,
You cutting the power curve. You putting somebody in business for the rest of their life. You
yeah,
can cut
yeah.
hair until you in your 70s.
Let
So
me
if you get it at 12,
yeah. No. I was just saying,
but
and I say this because going, I guess merging into the conscious heads barber and boot camp. It's something. I've been a master barber for 19 years now. As a master barber. I've trained many people, through the craft. And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of people that's taking care of their children and all. This idea and concept started, because, when you look even to ancient history, Mary Ma'at, ancient Egypt, you know what I'm saying? They got barbers going back to ancient Egypt, and they got pictures, some documents of, showing, barbering skill going back then. It's just it's a field, man, that it's about healing and spirituality. I mean, it's bigger than just we putting them clippers on somebody's head. Man, we counselors, we doctors. Those ancient people, man, back in the day, they were doctors. You know what I'm saying? Like when you over somebody's head chakra, you actually, you're pulling your spirit over top of, somebody's head and performing services. It's really spiritual services that we provide. People come and tell me all kinds of stuff, man. I do my over 20 years of cutting hair. I've helped, man, you'd be surprised, little children that's now grown men now, like, man, hey, brother Jabari, you know what I'm saying, Mr. Jabari, you still at the barbershop? I don't even know who they are because they got hair on their face and everything. And I'm like, man, he said, man, you don't remember me, man? He said, man, that stuff y'all used to be saying in the barbershop, man, you don't know, man, that helped change my life. That's why, I work down, and I hear those stories all the time, and people that come in the shop and we talking, and they said, man, you don't know how much I needed to hear that today, So I'm training up a army of spiritual healers, community revolutionaries in the community, So we got that person in that chair, we transforming lives, man. You know what I'm saying? This ain't just for that kind of career. It's a mission. And so what we call it the Barbering Boot Camp. We building a Barbering army, man. You know what I'm saying? Building a movement, because barbershops were always at the at the top of the community. They like from the in the 1860s. I'm sorry. Was it like 18? Late 1800s and all, barbershops were like the number one businesses I know in at least in the Baltimore community. You know what I'm saying? And I know throughout the country, you know what I'm saying? The black barbershop was a place to go. It was a place of respect, honor, and dignity. But what happens now, the honor and the dignity is gone out. People look at it as a hustle. I often say it's a difference. You got hair cutters, they put hair on the floor. They throw hair on the floor, make money. But then you got barbers who love the craft, who love the craft, who about changing lives. It's something about, us, we say at Conscious Heads, we take care of your head inside and out. So when you get in the chair, we're going to give you some knowledge and information. And then when you stand up and you look at yourself in the mirror, man, you might have been having it rough for a little bit, but you look at yourself in the mirror and you got that funky, fresh fade, or that regular, or that taper, you look in that mirror, you like, dang, man, I actually look decent. You know what I'm saying? So we build you up. So you look at yourself, the image of yourself in the mirror, but we also, put that healing in your soul at the same time.
well, let's talk about some of the programs that's incorporated inside of the conscious head, the barber, and the boot camp. Let's talk about these other things, these intangibles that people don't see. They might see you, and they might not see you. Let's talk about some of these intangibles. I know y'all got programs in place, and y'all doing things for people, as well as the people who coming in to learn. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, what we do is so we try to create a win-win situation. So what we do is we have the barber and boot camp, but as the soldiers, start to learn the skill and they start to like take it to another level when we train them, because I have a whole system that I built for barbering and cutting hair. I've been building that system for over 4 years. Actually, it's going to be online. It'll be coming online where people can actually take the course online probably as early as next week sometime, where people will be able to go and be able to take the whole course online. That we also have it here in Baltimore. But one of the things that we do as we train the barbers, we go out and perform selfless service. So I can show you pictures and videos of us going out. I'm talking about in the hood. I mean, the projects, you know what I'm saying? Setting up tents. People will call us. They got events going on, and I'll come and bring my barbers out there, and we'll come out there and cut hair absolutely free. And you know what I mean? And those have gone well. I mean, in the roughest hoods that you can name, we've been there, out there set up, you know what I mean? And the people love it, man. They love us out there. We come out there, and you know, like I said, these ain't licensed. They're not licensed barbers, you know what I'm saying? But you know, people just appreciate, you know what I mean, coming out getting a haircut. But a lot of them, you know, like I said, they've been going through my program, so they understand the system, and they perform, you know, decent haircuts out there. You know what I mean? But it's a win-win because my barbers get to practice and they get to learn selfless love at the same time. You know what I mean? And the people that's in the chair who can't afford to get their haircut on a regular, you know what I'm saying? They appreciate it because they're like, man, you know what I mean? This is all right. You know what I mean? I get to get a free haircut. So that's one of the big initiatives that we actually have going on right now, you know what I mean, through the boot camp. So we do have a new class starting up in the first week of March that we had. The online classes will be up before then. The online classes will be up next week. But the class that we do in Baltimore, will be up. It'll be starting in March, like the week of March 8th. And what we're doing is right now we have a fundraiser right now that we're trying to raise $10,000. I'm actually, this is the first place where I'm going to actually turn up the initiative so that we can raise some funds because we got the cheapest barber by far course around town. You know what I mean? It's like 1/10 of what you would pay to go to barbering school. Although when you finish, we don't provide a certification where you get your license, but we put you in place so you can get your license. We teach you how to cut. And once you know how to cut, you can, you know what I mean, and you get an apprentice barber, then you go under them and you get your license. A lot of my barbers come to every last barber besides one is in my shop right now. Every last one of them come out of my barbering boot camp. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's a system that's going on right now. We building a whole, it's a movement, you know what I'm saying? And once we build that, the licensed barbers that come out of my boot camp, they become master barbers, then they can train other barbers, and then the movement continues. And then we open up shops, and then we do that, you know what I mean? So it's a movement, man. And right now, you know, if you've been hearing about Baltimore, man, I mean, you know, people murdering and killing each other wholesale out here. And our people, they need something to do. They need something to be committed about. So we change a lot. When you come to the boot camp, like I said, it ain't just about cutting hair. We trying to transform lives. We trying to turn them into people that have something to talk about when people come to your chair. You know what I mean? Like that you can talk about community events and, you know, let people know that, hey, I'm here. I'm a healer. So, you know, imagine how many clients a barber may see per year and how many people we have access to per year. How many people come into that shop per year. You feel what I'm saying? You know, that's why, to be honest, when COINTELPRO and all those different programs was out, some of the places that they were often frequent to check and see what the vibe was the Black Bookstore and barbershops. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? That's where the information is. Like I said, that's the Black Man's Country Club. That's where a lot of stuff go down. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I mean? It's a lot of organizing power in those barbershops. So we want you to understand, for people, if you interested in, you know what I mean, in supporting our barbering boot camp, man, it's an investment. We try to raise these funds. We call it the Larry McDaniel tuition fund. And you know, that Larry McDaniel is my father. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's my father. He passed away 2.5 years ago, and I wanted to do something special just to name something in his honor, because it was my father over 30 years ago when I was 12 years old, who gave me a chance to cut his hair. He was a very particular man, and I'm surprised that he let me do it. I had cut maybe like I dibbled and dabbled one person's heads before, you know what I'm saying, but I really didn't know what I was doing. We didn't have no YouTube out back then, you know what I mean? So it was like I had to figure it out, and he let me cut his hair, and some kind of way he liked it. He was like, hey man, you know what I mean? So every weekend I would go stay with him. I would take my clippers and cut his hair. And you know what I mean? And from there, I started cutting other people's hair. And you know what I mean? But I cut his hair until my father passed away. You know what I'm saying? He's my longest and my first client. And not the, you know, very spiritual experience to me. You know what I'm saying? I've never cut a person, who was deceased before. But the first person that I ever cut head that was deceased was my father. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think that I would even be able to do it. You know what I mean? And I had to prepare myself. And it was like, but then I looked at it. It was a very spiritual experience, man. You know what I mean? It was like, this is my man. You know what I mean? This is my man. And I'm going to make sure I put him away the way he's supposed to be put away. You know what I'm saying? And that was our spiritual, our last, spiritual dance together. But it was a very spiritual experience. But giving honor and respect and praise for my pops, who gave me the opportunity to barber on his head, and which pushed my career, you know what I'm saying, where I am now. So that's why I give honor, respect, and to keep his name alive, you know what I'm saying. And so the Larry McDaniel tuition fund is alive and well.
And the tuition is to help defray the cost,
exactly,
for somebody coming in.
Yeah, for people, you know what I mean? Because the course it's a 6-month course. Let me tell you, man, barbering classes are very expensive. I mean, I paid $500 to go to one for, you know what I mean, a 6-hour class. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Our hours is for 6 months, you know what I'm saying? And it's 6 months, and it's $1,200 for 6 months. But with that, you know what I mean, you get our online class archives and all those different things, you know what I mean? So it's like, we help to prepare you with your portfolio and the different things that you need so that you be able to so we give you like all the equipment, and you don't get equipment with that, but we prepare you to be able to cut hair functionally in the barbershop. So like it's 6 months within about 6 months to a year, depending on how hard you go, that you be ready for a barbershop floor. If it's like you going hard, you can get, you can get on the barbering floor of like, 7-8 months. You definitely can. You know what I mean? But if you kind of lagging a little bit, maybe about a year, you'll have your skills functional enough. I always joke and I say, it's like we prepare you, just like we are the boot camp. You know what I mean? We are the what you call it, the beginning training, the
training.
Say it again.
Basic training.
Yeah. Yeah, basic training. We give you a basic training and we prepare you for the war. And then the war is on the floor. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So we prepare you. So, basic training, it'll get you there. Like, get you in shape. But when you get there, the people that got that experience on the floor, you know what I'm saying? That's what take you over the top. You know what I'm saying? When you get there, because you like, all right, man, I ain't never been in this situation, but I've been prepared. But real is real. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It ain't nothing like getting on that barbering floor. Because when you go on that barbering floor, man, you actually perform. People watching you, you know what I'm saying? We debate, we talk about stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a different level being on that barbering floor. You know what I'm saying? That's, we prepare you for the war.
So can you share some of the moments where you see that light come on? How do you take somebody, like, I'm pretty sure they come in timid, how do what's that moment like? What's some of those experiences where you get somebody from, never nothing to boom?
Yeah, I'm like Morpheus in the Matrix, man. You know what I'm saying? And when he had Neo, you know what I'm saying? And it's something, man. It's a very spiritual. No, seriously, it's a very spiritual experience when you see somebody that you training and you start to look over at their haircuts and you start to be like, whoa, oh man, this, you know what I mean? Like, that's tight. Because it's that. We start off basic when I train people. All right, let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? We do drills and stuff, just like you do. That's in my system. We do a lot of drills and stuff like that. And when you go from that basic 1, 2, step 2, step 3, step 3, step, you know what I mean? 4. But then when it becomes, as you start to see them, coming out, and they start to understand the process, they start to be able to see and see things, and then it becomes like I said, it's like Neo in the Matrix. You know what I mean? It's like, woo, man, he cutting. You know what I mean? Because now you see that they live the concept. It's the barbering is inside of them. So we drill it in. You know what I mean? We kata, you know what I mean, and do all kinds of drills. We do all kinds of drills, and then when you start to see people, their eyes start to open, what they're looking for. Got to show them what they're looking for, you know what I mean? So we teach them that, you know what I mean? Like I said, when they get to a certain point, I've trained so many people, you know what I'm saying? Man, I love it when I start to see, okay, he's starting to see. He's starting to see everything. And then they start saying, now I see why you had me doing this. Well, now I understand why you had us doing that. You know, it makes sense now. It's kind of, you know what I mean? And it's a beautiful thing, man. I love seeing it. I love seeing people more than that. You know what I mean? As they get the craft, I like to see people take it and make a living, be able to provide food, clothing, and shelter. And I also like to see when they take it and they give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? You know, because we don't take, I never did, even when I got into this, you know what I mean? My whole strategy was I was going to use it to recruit, to get people into the things that we were doing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It was always about that. It was always about that.
So do you see this resurgence of the barbershop being like the cornerstone in the community that it once was, and how what are some of the things that you see that you could be implemented in the community as far as that goes?
Repeat your question again.
Like the barbershop was like the cornerstone. It
Yeah.
was like a foundational piece of the community. Did you see that resurgence coming back, or what are some of the things that you see in regards to this particular move right here?
Yeah, it's definitely coming back. I know, you know what I mean, with me having something to do with it, you know what I'm saying? Starting here in Baltimore, this is a tough city to crack, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, we building an army, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And like I said, that army, you know what I mean, is gonna be spread out throughout the city, you know what I'm saying? Where, where we be opening up shops, and setting an example for what's supposed to be done and talk. I mean, people come to my barbershop, man, because they feel safe in there. You know what I'm saying? They feel like they're gonna get some knowledge and they feel safe. It's a lot of barbershops, man, you go into, to be honest, man, you know what I'm saying? You don't know they in there like going crazy, you know what I mean? Like cursing at the top of their lungs, you know what I mean? Be this, man, let's be that, you know what I mean, man? You know what I'm saying? Not to say we don't curse in there, because you know what I'm saying, we men in there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We do what men do. We talk sports, you know what I'm saying? We talk about, you know what I mean, most of the stuff that a lot of other people talk about. But it ain't no reckless, crazy talking there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody coming there talking, you know what I mean? Like, this, that, and other. So a lot of people come to us in the community, that's definitely in the community doing stuff, you know what I mean? Because they feel safe. They feel, you know what I'm saying? They feel like they being taken care of in in that shop. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? We want to spread that energy in the other barbershops throughout the city. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because a lot of people, they got some crazy stuff going on in a lot of these barbershops. So we want to, you know what I mean? We definitely got to, turn things around. There's been several shootings at me in Baltimore just this year. I mean, last year. There's a sister who was murdered here in Baltimore who owned a hair salon in December. You know what I mean? You heard about that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, so it's, it's all the way live, but it's the mentality that's there. You know what I'm saying? And the mentality they got to change, man. You know what I mean? Because a lot of stuff like that continue to happen. But it was probably at least all 5 or 6 different barbershop shootings. And just the last year that just passed. You know what I'm saying? But that's because people get in there and the energy wrong. You feel what I'm saying? The energy is wrong in there. You know what I mean? So we gotta change the energy. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we trying to do with Conscious Here. Well, that's what we doing with Conscious Here's Barbering Boot Camp. That's what it's all about.
So y'all see the link. Y'all see how y'all can donate. Also, the Facebook link is in the chat for the GoFundMe. The goal is to raise $10,000 to defray the cost of young people coming. Let's talk about the age ranges, like from the youngest people that y'all have or you have worked with, and all the way up. Your target demographic.
Yeah, the youngest student that I ever had, I had to say is my daughter, my 14-year-old. She started I started doing some training with her when she was 9 years old. So she's been doing a lot of the drills, and she's gone through my boot camp. So she was the youngest starting, but the young man that I have, he started with me at 12. I got a bunch of 13, 14-year-olds, you know what I mean? Actually, we had a class tonight. And they pretty much cutting functionally, you know what I'm saying? But and by the time them young guys get to be, because you can cut on the floor by the time you're 16. By the time a lot of them get to be 16 years old, man, they're gonna be beasts out there. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be beasts, not just with the cutting, but with the, with the information, with the knowledge too. They're gonna be out there representing the healers, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So yeah, that's gonna be a beautiful thing. So I mean, but we have 14. Yeah, so I got a bunch of teenagers. And my oldest student to graduate that we just had a graduation in December was 57 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we always say, you know what I mean, joking, we say we take you from 12 to 100. You know what I'm saying? If you're willing to learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we'll take you in. We do have some specific programs that's for young people. We do have a program from 16 to 20 that we focus from 16 to 26 that we actually have. You know what I'm saying? That's like something in specific, you know what I mean, where we focus on. But for the most part, man, you know what I mean, people who want to know, when they want to learn and get in the field and the craft, we, you know, I mean, we there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, yep. Yep.
See Black Dot giving you that shout out
Man,
right
hey
there.
Black Black Dot, a beautiful brother, man. Let me tell you, you know, and he's one of the people that we bought on our lecture series before, and I didn't even know because I just had put the link up for the fundraiser, and you know, that's Black Dot gave us a shout out. You know what I'm saying? Gave us a nice little segment in a show that he had. You know what I mean? He got a very powerful show too, and that was actually the first time that I really watched his show. And now, you know what I mean, I'm a fan and I watch his show, you know what I mean, I watch his show now because I was like, man, this is a great platform, you know what I mean? So, I appreciate that, brother, man, you know what I mean? And, you know, so I've been knowing him for years and good brother, man, real good brother. And appreciate that, brother.
So can we talk like hair health and also like the rites of passage situation that's going on, you know, within the barbershop dealing with the young men. You tuned into the youth, the teenager situation at that impressionable, critical time within, you know, their life. You know, you're there, and you know your teachers, those guys that you have in there working with these young men. What are some of those key things that y'all identify with, and what are some tools that you can share with us on how to connect better with these young men, these youth that you're working
Man, we you know what I mean, while we doing a program, we try to build a relationship, you know what I mean, we talk about family, a lot of family stuff, you know what I mean, there's a lot of family hurt and pain for our young people, a lot of family hurt and pain, you know what I mean, a lot of fathers that's not there in the homes, a lot of mothers not there in the homes, you know what I mean, you know, a lot of separated homes which causes a lot of hurt and pain at the same time too, you know what I mean, because I'm a divorced child, you know what I'm saying, and I went through a divorce myself with my children, you know what I'm saying, and that divorce, man, it's like a death, you know what I'm saying, it's a lot of hurt and pain, so we focus, we talk a lot about that, we talk about hip-hop music, you know what I mean, we talk about a lot of the music that's out there, and you know what I mean, I talk to them about, you know what I mean, a lot of stuff, I, you know, not hating on a lot of the stuff, you know what I mean, but actually at the same time telling them what's real, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, the promotion of a drug culture and those different things that we never did. We just had Dr. Wesley come in December and did a whole thing, the weaponization of hip hop, where he really, you know, we ran a lot of stuff down about, you know what I mean, about hip hop music and frequencies and different things that our young people want. Well, that's why we actually started Watoto from the Nile, for those who don't know, you know, with my daughters, you know what I'm saying, who did really well on YouTube and got millions and millions of hits on YouTube, Facebook, you know what I mean, and they were representing, you know what I mean, because they was on there talking truth to power, you know what I'm saying, they was telling what it was, and they were so young doing it, you know what I mean, these were young girls that was in there, young teenagers that was actually, you know, that was actually doing this, you know what I mean, they haven't been, I've been trying to get with them and trying to revive, you know what I'm saying, you know what I mean, a little something, so we'll see what happens in the next few months. But I've been trying to get them busy. A lot of them got bigger and got older, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, and did a lot of different things. But you know, we are trying to revamp that effort because it was a successful, you know what I mean, endeavor. That we, you know, so that Watoto from the Nile was, yeah, it's just look out for it. You know, it could be coming back as early as March, April, sometimes like that. You know what I mean? We probably, you know, put a couple videos out. I did with my youngest Watoto from the Nile, my 14-year-old daughter, we actually just did a song together, actually for my boot camp, for the boot camp for promotions. Me and her did a song together. I wrote a song, and man, you know, because I've written over about 150 songs or so. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I wrote a lot of their songs. I wrote, and you know, and I don't know. We actually had an album ourselves. That we actually had.
I remember that joint from back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, Unified Die. I wasn't at that time. Wasn't that I was a hip hop artist. I wasn't even trying to be. It was that we was making mockery of with the music that was coming out. We was like, man, we could do an album. The way that they putting stuff out here, this crazy stuff that's out here, and we just kind of did it. And from there, I always had a love for music. And then from doing that project, I learned how to write and put songs together, and and I could do it, pretty easily. I studied the trend of what was going on and all, so we put that music out there. But yeah, so we talk a lot about hip hop, and we go back and forth with the young guys, and and just talk about a lot of different things and family, hip hop, and just try to get. And then when we do events, I have them come out to our events. Like, hey, look, what I'm saying? Like, come on out, man. A lot of them, sometimes they may need some help, some housing and different things. We try to help them and provide them with that also, So it's just, man, it's just trying to provide, and we want to do it stronger, because I know you heard, a lot about the squeegee kids probably in Baltimore, Like, there's a thing with the squeegee kids out there, So I want to be able to go to some of the squeegee kids and be like, hey, look, come on, man. We got you. Come on over here. You can take this class for absolutely. You ain't got to worry about nothing. Come on in here. Let me, get you off this corner. And get you thinking about a career. So we want to be able to go to them. So like I said, this fund is, dedicated to helping those people who just really can't, who don't really have, a lot of financial advantages, but it's just to, to waive or even pay a whole tuition fee for for somebody, So, we want to raise as much as we can raise. And as people are signing up for our classes that start in March, then we'll say, hey, look, submit this letter here, and blah, blah, blah. And hey, we can probably take some of this off. We can take some of this off. We can discount you here. We can discount you there. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's the, it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing.
Yeah, I know I saw it. And I immediately, like I immediately jumped at it. I didn't even get a chance to read it before I done. I was like, nah. I was like, this gotta be something. Let's just get on it real quick. You see what I'm saying? And then I try to figure it out. I call you. It's like, hey, what's going on? Let's. How can I help? How can I, be a support? You see what I'm saying? I believe I told you a story about my first haircut in the barbershop. My mother took us to this barbershop after she stopped cutting our hair. Like it was. She cut our hair at home first.
Okay.
Up to a certain age, and then after that age, she took us to the barbershop. You know what I'm saying? Single mother, she knew how sons need to be around men. You see what I'm saying? So, the first four of us, well, outside of my sister, my older sister, then it was four boys, and then it was two girls after. You see what I'm saying? She didn't think she would see another girl. You know what I'm saying? So, she took us to the barbershop, and that was like our rites of passage, our connection into the public. She took us to this barbershop, and the elder had cut my hair. He gave a young man a chance at like 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was in the streets. He was, he got hooked on drugs, and he was homeless. He let him sleep there and work there and earn him a little money, like, cleaning up. You see what I'm saying? So he knew he wasn't getting high. He knew where he was at. You see what I'm saying? He was able to do for himself and, kick the habit. 50 years later, that guy is still in that barbershop, giving the young men that opportunity, and they sought to, shut down his barbershop. And what he found out, from the elder before he transitioned, was that it was a historical landmark, so they couldn't. You see what I'm saying? They was trying to, with all of this gentrification and stuff like that. So it's a historic landmark, so they couldn't tear it down. So just think about this opportunity he got. You see what I'm saying? 50 years later, he's still cutting hair. We always thought it was his son. We always thought it was his son, but shit, it might as well be his son. You see what I'm saying? So these are kinds of transformative type of situations where these stories don't get told. So relating it to this experience that you're sharing with us in regards to the impact and the importance, the through line, these things that are cross cultural. 25 years ago, somebody who was 0 or just being born at 25. You see
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, based off of the work and the time that was put in. So whether it was Conscious Heads, whether it was Reality Speaks, whether it was Solvivaz Nation,
Yeah.
the impact is a global impact. You know, we was in the desert. You understand?
Right.
We was
Right.
in the
Right.
desert
Right. Right.
putting
Right.
it in,
Right.
and
Yeah.
the spirit was strong. It was definitely
That's
strong,
what's
and
up. That's
it
what's up.
was a catalyst to keep the mind of our brothers and sisters in the space of homeostasis in the most traumatic experiences you're exposed to it in life, prolonged. You're in war.
That's
You see
right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
We in war, and we're suffering from those effects. With our mental health, our spiritual health, our emotional health, and physical health. You see what I'm saying? And we already carry it from generation to generation. So we're here, right here, predisposed with this, with a predisposition for this type of inclination
Yeah.
in regards to that. And you have a tool that
Right.
you can use to start with the exorcism. So I think that's a beautiful tool, and we want to help you in every kind of way that we can, and we excited to know that this is going online, and brothers and sisters can do it. So now you can reach more homes and you can
Yeah.
impact more lives.
Yeah.
Lives you may if we didn't meet, you
Yeah.
wouldn't be like, oh,
Yeah.
Iraq,
Yeah.
Baghdad, like you're like what? You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? So you get to see it as well as they're offering from Watoto on the now on the sonic music level to see young, strong, positive African young women out there. You see what I'm saying? All of them young sister soldiers you got that can actually spit. You see what I'm saying? Like so they getting it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, this is beautiful. With everything coming together and showing that resilient family, indiscriminate to anything that's going on, like a true united front. You know what I mean?
Right. 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 No, man. I mean, it's like, um, to go further, like when some of the stuff that people, like I said, we do a lecture series. You know what I mean? Solvivaz
Right,
Nation, Reality Speaks. You talk about Reality Speaks, and
right,
so people that come into my shop, they hearing these lectures that we do. Or lecturers. You know what I mean? They hearing that information and all. That's why it's transforming to people. Those my students, you know what I'm saying? We, like I said, we give them free tickets, you know what I mean? Hey, come on out, man, come on out to the event, come on out, and a lot of them sometimes
right.
they come out and they've been able to get information. I'm just to give you bro, I'm gonna run a list of people, some of the lectures that we've been doing through the years. For 25 years, some of the that I bought here personally to and had great relationships with all through the years. And I have a whole list of people, but we had Dr. Africa, Dr. Ashraf, Brother Ashraf Kwesi, Mary Kwesi, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, Sister Soldier, Steve Coakley, Ishakamusa Barashango, Brother Del Jones, Brother James Smalls, Dr. Leonard Jeffries, Dr. Ben, Dr. Yosef Ben Jochanan, Dr. Patricia Newton, Iraka Rosa Rundu, Zach Kondo, Kedia Wadu. We've had Malik Zulu Shabazz. We had Dr. Ernie Smith. We had we've had Dr. Scott Whitaker. We had Brother Polite before. We've had Brother Alpha Coach Powell. We've had the Lacey Dana Davis, Brother Dick Gregory over and over again. Dr. Francis Cress Welsing over and over again. We had Dr. Ray Hagins, Dr. Umar Johnson, Dr. Claude Anderson, over to Shaka, Malefi Asante, Brother Jared Ball, Kamal Kaban. We had Miss Kaban, Sister Kaban, Marcus Klein, Fred Hampton Jr., David Johnson, Darren Muhammad, Daruba Ben Wahad, Anthony Browder, Atlantis Browder, Runoko Rashidi, Jesse McDade Bay, Jim Klingman, Ray Haysberg, Queen of Four, Supernova Slum, Professor Griff, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Dr. Wesley Muhammad, Del Jones, Dr. Mayat, Brother Imhotep, Dr. Akur, Dr. Chazelle, Brother Neely Fuller, Ray Wimbush, Eddie Conway, Bobby Hemmett, Dilbert Blair, Dr. Phil Valentine, Daryl Mooney, Dwayne Mooney, Glenn Ford. We had Sir Rashid Setti before. We had Black Dot, Conrad Royal, Brother Khalifa, Brother Carlos Muhammad, Brother PFK Boom, Dr. Baruch, Brother Boyce Watkins, Tariq Nasheed, Brother Nati, here in Baltimore, Dr. Kevin Daniels, Brother Mukasa Mayat, Brother Io, the Irritated Genie, Freedom Rap. I mean, bro, we, it's, we 25 years, man, you know what I'm saying? And we missing some names from that list right there. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that's some of the, the top scholars. That's the top of the top right there. You know what I mean? That we've been bringing out. And that's who our people are getting affiliated with. So like I said, it's much more than me advertising this how to cut hair. Man, this a movement, man. It's something we bringing back. It's something we building. And, get some of these brothers and sisters off of these streets and say, look, all right, you don't want to go to school. You don't want to do this. But some people, you can go to school and you can do this. However it may be. You know what I'm saying? We got something for you right here. And it's a legit career that you can have, and you can save lives at the same time, man. Come on, ain't nothing better than that.
Definitely. I know with hair health, you got young men coming in and sitting in your chairs, old men, whatever the case may be. Like, what are some of the issues that we should be paying attention to in regards to hair health? With that.
Yeah, what was your question?
Like like with the scalp. You see what I'm saying? Like hair health. Like how important is that? Like you touched on some of those things. And
yeah, man.
So
So
I got kind of products and stuff like that kind of can help people out deal with that.
yeah, I mean, and we're gonna be working on some products also. Brother Ricardo, who works with me, he been working on some products that we probably be putting out before the end of the year and all. But it's real important, man. Any lawyer, studies law, knows about the lawyer handbooks, and anybody who studies anything should know about this. And this is when we talk about the disrespect of the craft. Like, there's a lot of people cutting hair. They can cut hair. They can cut hair well. They put hair on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Some of them make money, but they don't know about sanitation. They don't know about the scalp disorders. They don't know about that kind of stuff, and they don't care to know about it because right now they use barbering as just a hustle and a way to get by. We trying to say like, yo, this is a career. This is more than just that. It's more than just getting the money. This is about getting money, but it's about providing something for your people. This is about doing something extra for your people, about knowing. You got to be knowledgeable about that stuff. You know what I mean? About, what's going on with the scalp and dandruff. Somebody got dandruff. What am I going to give them? What kind of treatment can I give them? Kind of facial can I give you to help you out? You know what I'm saying? In the field. So a lot of barbers are not licensed. And look, I don't want to hear people saying, oh man, you trying to get the white man certificate. No, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about having honor and respect for the craft. You know what I'm saying? You should know what's in those handbooks. You know what I mean? You should know about sanitation. You should know about these different things. This ain't nothing about I'm getting the white man certification. You know what I'm saying? This is about us getting the certification that is necessary, that we need, and show that you take. I mean, look, if that's the case, everybody want to say that. You know what I mean? Don't get a driver's license. Just go out there and drive without a driver's license. See how much hassle you get without that. You know what I'm saying? Without knowing knowing that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get many of the other licenses that people have. You know what I mean? So it's just, man, you got to have respect and honor for the craft, to keep up with the craft, to study and make yourself knowledgeable about what's going on out in the barbering community. And all. So many, I mean, in the state of Maryland, I think that numbers, I think it's like maybe I don't have the numbers correct in front of me, but there's like over 3,000 licensed barbers in the state of Maryland. Well, in the state of Maryland, there are, as compared to licensed cosmetologists, there are 27,000 licensed cosmetologists compared to 3,000 or so licensed barbers in the state of Maryland. So you know what I mean. So a lot of brothers, like I said, they cutting. But you know what I'm saying? They not taking it serious. Like, they're not taking it like a move. So we here to turn it back into a movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, barbershops, you know what I'm saying? We should, you know what I mean? Like, we learn to cut. We knowledgeable about it. We respect it. We love our craft. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, we teach other people how to do it, but we giving knowledge and information out to our people all at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, this it's a movement. And at the end of the day, we start saying, hey, look, we forming these barber associations. Ain't no way in the world we're gonna let these Koreans own all these hair stores and stuff that's in our community. You feel what I'm saying? We go from there. Then we start putting together, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we gotta start building up our beauty supply stores. They can't run these no more. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we got to start doing this. We got to do it's a movement, bro. It's a movement. It's a movement. It's not just about cutting hair. It's a movement. It's an economic movement. It's about raising our people up, man.
So tips for organizing, as an organizer who done, surveyed and worked in the trenches in this battlefield, what can you give to these younger people that are coming in, and seeking to organize?
Right.
And some of that.
Yeah, good question. I mean, man, look, it all starts with discipline. You know what I'm saying? Like, I tell you this, you know what I'm saying? And I know as a young man and things that I've done, discipline. I mean, on every level, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to organize the people, but they sexually undisciplined. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They want to sleep with every woman, every person that's coming up. I know I had that vibe, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And different things, you know what I mean? And coming up, I came up in Baltimore and I can understand the vibe and the feeling or whatever. But man, it starts with being committed. You know what I mean? Being committed with the person that you with, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That commitment to your family, you know what I mean? That commitment to your community, you know what I mean? It starts with commitment and sticking with it and being there, man. You know what I mean? We got the softest brothers in the world that's in the conscious community. You know what I mean? You got one, you know what I'm saying? You got one disagreement. You building something. You put the magazine together and y'all have an argument. Okay, you have an argument, you know what I'm saying? And the next day the person quit. And you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to keep them there because, you know what I mean? They stick to it. Nah, that's right. I quit, man. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? He ain't banging. He don't like Dr. Africa. So, no, man, I can't deal with him like that. You know what I mean? And, such. And you know what I mean? Stick to it, man. And make friends. Make friends, not enemies. You ain't going to get along with everybody. Let me tell you, as a young man, I fought with everybody. And I work with everybody at the same time. At the end of the day, I had to learn the hard way. When I first came conscious, when I had my organization, you couldn't be a Christian and come into my organization. You couldn't be a Muslim and come into my organization when I first started. After I started doing things, renting spaces and doing stuff, I'm starting to see like, wait, man, some of these people are my friends. Some of these Christians and some of these, you know what I'm saying? Like, they my friends. Like, I need their resources. Like, I'm cutting myself off. You know what I'm saying? Because there is no conscious person around that own these venues like this. You feel what I'm saying? So I've cut myself off from sources and all. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Keep your sources open, you know what I'm saying, to the people in the community. You know what I'm saying? There are people, man, I had to suck my words and, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I mean, even dealing with politics, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never been no person about voting and doing all that other kind of stuff. You know what I mean? But locally, I've learned, you know what I mean? There's some things that we need to form a solid block, you know what I'm saying? And we can get together and we can vote. You feel what I'm saying? On certain things. You know what I mean? Not everything. I ain't never voted in a presidential, you know what I'm saying, election and nothing like that. You know what I mean? You know, of course, they all pawns or whatever. But I had to, in my doing barbering, I had to change a law in barbering that we changed last year. So in the state of Maryland, you can only do one apprenticeship to one master barber at a time. So to help with the program so we can get more people going through at the same time, we was trying to change it from 1 to 3. And we did that last legislative session last January. We put the bill in and the bill passed. Was supposed to go through in October of last year. There was some wording that was wrong that they say was wrong in the actual bill. And so the state board didn't are not acknowledging it at this time. But we have it going through review right now. You know what I'm saying? It's going to go through, you know what I'm saying? But we had to go through that process to go in and change some laws so that we can make our program stronger. And not just our program, for barbers all over Maryland. All over the state of Maryland would now be able to take more apprenticeship barbers in and do that. That's revolutionary, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's revolutionary to the core. More people can go through the training at the same time. We can help to save more lives. You know, how many barbershops in Baltimore City? You know what I'm saying? And now, have master barbers who can take in 3, not 1, but not 2, but 3 apprentice barbers at one time. You know what I'm saying? So we had to go through and change those things, but make friends, man. Make friends, you know what I mean, to the young revolutionary. Make friends, be disciplined. Don't just shut yourself up, because I'm telling you, I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be in this bubble and you'll be like, man, I I ain't got nowhere to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, dang, I'm trying to hold on for the conscious community because man, it was one time that I was like, if it ain't coming from the conscious community, I don't want it. It ain't got to be like that. And sure enough, it ain't come from the conscious community. You know what I'm saying? Conscious community is tight, man. They tight as, you know what I'm saying? They tight. They don't come out for money. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? They don't believe that you should pay for information. They got some strange beliefs, bro. You know what I'm saying? Where you see, even in the church, you know, they keep them institutions going, man. They keep them lights on. They keep them bills paid. They do got ministries that go out as they get a bad, you know what I'm saying, a bad rep for a lot of stuff. They keep them people. They go in there and they give that money. Now some people say because they live in a lie, they believe in this, they believe in that. I tell you what, we better believe something in the conscious community. You know what I'm saying, that we can keep buildings and we can build businesses, or the conscious community is going ain't going nowhere. So you gotta. Amos Wilson, man. Blueprint for Black Power. We got to build power bases. We can't make enemies. There it is, Blueprint for Black Power. We got to build power. If we ain't building power, what we doing? You know what I'm saying? We talking a lot of stuff. We got to build. We got to live these principles of Dr. Amos Wilson. And that's what time it is, man. That's what I say to the young revolutionary. Discipline, commitment. You know what I'm saying? Making friends. Try not to make it. You might not agree with what everybody is doing, but I guarantee you, if you look at some of the things that people doing, you can say, I can understand, and I may need that person at one particular time. You know what I'm saying? Because there's people that I called Negroes before, and these were the very people who led me in certain ways, even when it came to dealing with these bills, that led me everywhere I needed to go and pointed me in all the right directions, and we got in there and we changed that bill. You feel what I'm saying?
I agree 100%. Remaining fluid and flexible, patient. You see what I'm saying? Learn some patience, because this stuff do not come overnight. You know,
Yeah,
you might have think you got into it overnight, but nah, this stuff don't come overnight. You got to be dutiful.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
They, they liken our, you know, they liken our ancestors to. There was all, you know, these guys was just farmers. When you look at that and you hear that, you like, just farmers.
Yeah,
Do you know what a day is like in
yeah,
the life of a farmer? You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
you, this is a miracle worker. You know, this is one who has the vision to go, not the sight to go, the vision to go into a place that's empty and say, we're going to have a bountiful harvest here, and work backwards.
Right,
You
right,
see what I'm
right. Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And you looking at that ground, you trying to break ground, and right underneath that broken ground, after you done broke your back trying to break that ground,
Mm-hmm.
from that topsoil, you got that rich, fertile soil.
Mm-hmm.
You got to plant the seeds.
That's right.
You got to irrigate. You got to go out there and you got to talk to your crops. You see what I'm saying? You got to
That's right.
walk that field. You got to talk
Yeah,
to your crops,
yeah.
and you see a weed before you see a crop.
Right,
You see what I'm saying? You
right.
see a weed before you see the crop. So it's like you looking at it and you feeling defeated. You like, but if the pain and the agony that's associated with breaking ground stop you, you ain't built for it.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
If a, you know, a weed could upset you, or your you know, the things to your equipment could stop working. If any of these things deter you from what you doing, you ain't meant to be no
That's
farmer.
right.
You see what I'm saying? So if you thought you was gonna get into, you know, being a farmer to get rich,
Right,
you in the wrong profession. You see what I'm
right,
saying? If you don't have everything working right, you're not dutiful to this whole experience. If this
right.
ain't a family experience, if you starting a farm cost you your family, you ain't supposed to be no farmer. You
Yeah,
understand what I'm
yeah,
saying? So like,
yeah.
you put all of this stuff together in perspective, and you just look and say, you know, they say our ancestors was farmers. Our ancestors were sharecroppers. Like how could you think, you know, that and not really get into the details and see what kind of men and women you come from? You see what I'm saying? You come from hard working, disciplined, living with a little bit and making a lot out of a little bit, the most inventive and the most creative people on the planet. Then I could go back and see, like, oh, okay, they built these pyramid structures.
Right,
You see what I'm saying?
right.
Like Florida Evans had one of the coldest lines in Good Time. She said, we got through the meet what she said, we got through uh a meat shortage, and y'all ain't even know it. You understand what I'm saying? Like she was like there was a shortage on the meat. You ain't even know we went through that. You see what I'm
right,
saying? So she was
right,
just telling them like right before your eyes how she was able to, make something out of nothing. You
right,
know what I mean? And
right,
this is what the farm is. She's telling you what kind of visionary she is in her home. You
right,
see what I'm saying? So there was peace in there
right,
with a little, and look at these creative people that came out of that home. These are the homes that we come from when we in optimal order and we focused on, what the mission is, what the goals were. You see what I'm saying? So like that kind of representation, we go back to when you hear stuff about, uh, they were farmers. You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like what? Yeah. So you got to kind of like give that in. You see what I'm saying? Or they'd be like, oh, you know, Chairman Jabari just a barber. What?
right,
You know what that is? You just see what I'm saying? Do you know what that is?
right.
So, I want to wrap it up and give you a chance for final thoughts. Anything that you want to, plug. If you could share anything y'all got coming up as far as lectures, whatever the case may be, anything you got that you could share with us now, and how people can reach you, how people can support you, and what's going on. You got the floor for that.
Yeah, you can reach me at Daddy Watoto, DADDY WATOTO at gmail.com if you want to reach out to me. We do have some things coming up. We do have Brother Ashra Kwesi coming in, him and his wife coming into town. That's going to be Sunday, February the 9th. I'll be putting up some flyers and stuff soon with all the details, but that's an important brother to me because that's the first lecture that I ever watched in my life with Brother Ashra Kwesi, and been bringing him all through the years. But that's one of my teachers, man. He's one of my teachers, and love that brother, and appreciate that brother. So we have that coming up, and along with the Barbering boot camp. Those I know that you may live in other cities and all, you know what I mean. But look, let me tell you something. I'm gonna be real clear with you right now, because we do this work. You know what I mean? And I ain't bragging, I ain't boasting about it, you know what I'm saying? All that other kind of stuff. We do this work. You know what I mean? You want to help somebody, you want to help a young person, a child, or whatever, you know what I mean? Help somebody in this craft to get it, to gain a future, whatever. Put your dollars and put your money here. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, it's a lot of people out here selling people fantasies and dreamland about something that's going to come that they've been doing for years and years and years. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Some 5, some over 10 years that they've been talking about something going to happen and it's going to come. And y'all done gave graciously because this brother is you know what I mean? Or maybe a very good storyteller in a fantasy land. You know what I mean? And all, I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope things happen the way people say. But 10 years, man, look, it take me 10 days sometimes, when I put a program together and we do it and we live it out. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times we don't have millions of dollars to start. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get there to those millions. We're gonna get there because, and not just for me to be flaunting around, but I'm talking about millions for our people, so that we can do some things. So I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can continue to dump your money into wells, and people keep promising you that they're gonna do this and do that. You know what I mean? You can check my background. It's Jabari Natur. Join me on Facebook. You know what I mean? And check out some of the work that we've been doing all through the years. I mean, it's a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? And like I said, I ain't saying that on no bragging or whatever, but I just love doing what I do for my people. It's sincere, you know what I mean? The spirit is strong, definitely strong, and we're gonna keep moving. I mean, I'm in my mid 40s now. I got a new baby girl, little new young daughter, you know what I'm saying? That'd be one coming up, you know what I'm saying, in the next couple years, new Watoto, and she throwing a cob in the sky, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I tell her to throw the cob, and she learning, you know what I'm saying? She almost got it, you know what I'm saying? And she's number one Watoto. She is Watoto from the Nile, but she's the number one fan of Watoto. That's all she listens to. She cry, we put Watoto on and she stopped crying. She'll go to sleep to Watoto. She love it. You know what I'm saying? It's the training for her, you know what I mean? And it's like from the start, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, man, life-giving energy. That's what we trying to represent with the Barbering boot camp. Y'all can be a part. And for those who aspire to be barbers, who want to learn like from scratch, ain't got no skills, can't even hold the clippers. That's what we really want. You know what I'm saying? Can't hold the clippers in your hand. We got a course that's coming. Like I said, it should be up next week on our website. We'll send Brother Bourne the link, and you can come and you can be a part of this. and find out what it is we doing, because you ain't gotta just be from Baltimore. We open it up for the world to be a part of this army. You know what I'm saying? To be a part of what's going on. So yeah, man, we love y'all. We love the family, and hey, man, you know what I mean? Show some love, because that love is going into the community. We ain't in, you know what I mean, the suburbs. I'm right here in Baltimore City. Right here, where y'all seen the wire and the corner and all that other kind of stuff. Like, I'm here. I grew up in this city, and we here trying to make a difference and trying to make some changes. That's what we do. Ashe.
Ashe. Chairman, thank you for your time, man. I know you put them hours in. You understand what I'm saying? You put them hours in. So I'm thankful that you had the opportunity to come through and share. And this is your space. This is your broadcast. You can take it, use it however you see fit. You see what I'm saying? And if you want to share it, with your students, or if you need some assistance in regards to getting some of your students on, if you want to bring them on, whatever the case may be,
Yeah,
this door is always open for you.
no doubt. No doubt. I appreciate you, brother.
Oh, good.
Now, I was having problems. Shoot me the YouTube link again, because I tried to share this right here, and I was having a little bit of problems with doing it. But I mean, I guess I don't think I got the YouTube link. If you send it to me directly, so I can, or something, yeah.
All right, I got you right now.
Or Facebook, the one with the live, you know what I mean, or whatever, so I can just throw it up on my joint, because I didn't get a chance to throw it up there. Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
you.
Appreciate you, brother.
All right.
Yep.
Third show of the day in the books.
Oh, that's the third
Third
show.
show of the day in the books.
You rolling.
The second, yeah, second interview. Hey, they don't stop, so we can't. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? It's
Ain't no doubt.
propaganda tool. It's a lot of foolish here, on social media. I think we got too
Yeah.
social. We letting folks into our living rooms and all of that, and we don't see the tool and the value in it outside of, some of these things that are trauma based. Like, I'm here celebrating African people every single day, looking
Right.
for somebody African, somebody black every single day, and we find them. We find them. By the busload, by the truckload. We got 1,100 episodes on our blog.
Right.
Counting. You see what I'm saying? 1,100 shows. In this year.
Wow.
In these couple of years that we've been on, we
Wow.
approaching our fifth year in media, and this is a component of what we're doing physically in the community. If you don't have no space and place in your community,
Right.
or if you're not working with some kind of group of people that's there for the betterment of your people, you're there for the detriment of your people by
That's right.
default.
That's right.
You know what
That's
I
right.
mean? So
Yep.
this is what we're doing, and uplifting and celebrating our people to dispel this virtual uh, viral infection that we had across these social media platforms, where we here trying to tear each other down and all this old crazy stuff. I've
Right.
never been involved in it. Never been involved in it. Uh, the mission is more important than the moment. You might have a moment where you upset. So you might have a moment. I remember, some years ago, I heard you say, "I quit every day." You know what I'm saying? And then the next day I get back up and I get back to
Yeah.
work. So
Yeah.
I could
Yeah.
definitely identify,
Uh,
with it. So,
yep.
but the,
Yep.
the mission is more important than the moment. And if you
Mhm.
are who you say you are and you want what you say you want, you got to go till that ground. You got to go plant those seeds,
That's
and
right.
you have to put yourself in a position to keep in the forefront of your mind the bountiful harvest. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Right.
yeah,
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Appreciate the wisdom, good brother.
yeah, I got it from you. I don't know what you talking.
No, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. No doubt, no doubt. Well, I appreciate you having me on, man.
All love. Appreciate you and enjoy the rest of your night.
Yes, sir. Peace.
All right, peace. Let's see what we got on here before we get out of here. Shout out to everybody who came through. I seen Black Dot come through, of course. My brother Rob Racky, a barber out in San Francisco. You know what I'm saying? So he came through, show love. this cornerstone right here. Shout out to him. Shout out to Black Dot. I put his link. Support him and Malcolm Urban X. Uh, .nyc www.urbanx.nyc and go on Amazon and get that book. You know, Malcolm just released a new book, Urban Excellence. Make sure y'all go get that book and support uh Malcolm and Black Dot. And also on Urban X, you can get some of that great apparel that's out there. Make sure y'all hit my brother up, Jabari Natur, chairman, Jabari Natur, Tubman City's own, father of the Watoto, Daddy Watoto came through in the building. And he's doing a great work in real life, in real time out there in Tubman City, Baltimore City. You see what I'm saying? So we got Baltimore's own first lady in the building. I see her, Nikki Justice. Shout out to Nikki Justice, and always showing love and support. Peace and light power to you. Um, we about to get out of here, and I'm hoping that I don't have to come on air no more today. But you never know. You understand? You never ever know. And for tomorrow, those who know Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday is tomorrow, so make sure y'all take a moment to honor him on his birthday and not the governmental um, settlement day, which is on next Monday. And, that's a true example of a triumphant change agent. So, you know, honor those who honor you and fight for those who fight for you and love on those who love on you. Continue in that space of veneration for your ancestors and for your elders, for your peer group, and for your youth and your future generations. And let's continue to be great and push this forward in the best manner. I want y'all to see this bomb shirt I got from melanatedgreats.com. The Honorable George Lester Jackson right here. Y'all could go to www.melanatedgreats.com. Shout out to our premier African Senate uh, visual propagandist, CEO of Melanated Greats, Queen Afi Issei. And let me write that in the chat real quick so y'all can go get this and some other greatness that she has over there. Some of that artwork. You can get you this artwork in your home. You can have the Black Dragon in your home. So www.melanatedgreats.com. Support Akabin House, www.akabinhouse.com. The funding source for AkabinInstitute.com has been in existence for 20 years, teaching African-centered education. Lovely warrior power couple, uh, Baba and Wally Cableman Baruti and Inya Baruti, those honorable African warriors who are teaching our Watoto and building the future. Shout out to them. Klein in the Freedom Home International Academy, and also shout out to Baba Amin and Mama Nkoyo, the founders of UhuruAcademy.com. Like that. Support these African Center institutions. Shout out to Kubata and Zayat Institute as well. A lot of things in the works, a lot of things happening. Before I go, tomorrow I'll be on 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here with my brother Oba will be in the building. So we're gonna have a conversation with Brother Oba. Long awaited, highly anticipated show. Brother Oba will be in the building 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. His book and his experiences in African tradition. So it's going down again tomorrow. And also y'all know to be on 6 p.m., 6:30 p.m. ish Here live with the National Minister of Defense of the Black Riders Liberation Party, Minister Samir Shabazz. Here, Warrior Wednesday is going to be action packed, going down. Understand? Going down. So peace, love, black power. It's right in this. And if y'all feel so gracious in your heart and want to make a donation to the station that's rocking this nation here, you can do so via Cash App or via PayPal. You know, cash.me/. Knowledge More Alive. Y'all see the cash tag right there in the PayPal, paypal.me/. Do the Knowledge Radio. Or y'all can get y'all some of this bomb apparel from www.dckapparel.com. And let me type it. You know, check out the website. Get you some apparel to support this this station that exists solely for you. You know, brought to you by viewers like you. So we out of here. Peace, love, like power. See y'all tomorrow.